Dark Knight, the most anticipated movie of the summer, hit theaters at midnight. Here to talk more about that is James Molnar from the Toledo Free Press. And James, we were just discussing, good morning, the breaking news out of Aurora, Colorado, where at least 14 people now have died and 50 people have been injured in that shooting that took place at the Century 16 movie theater in Colorado. So starting off on a very sad note this morning.
Yes,
so we'll keep you posted on that breaking news.
Yeah, it's sad. In Aurora, they're about 14 miles outside of Denver. You know, you go into a movie, you think you're safe, and some reports say that that people thought it was part of the movie action, and unfortunately, it really wasn't.
It's real.
And today is, on a less somber note, is a big day for comic book and Batman fans alike. As you see, our cover here for the Free Press, which I'll hold up in a little bit. It's a big day, and it's been almost 4 years to the day, July 18, 2008, since the last Batman film by director and co-writer Christopher Nolan came out, and fans were able to see that final installment, as we're talking about, at midnight of this trilogy with The Dark Knight Rises. Now, earlier this summer with the Avengers and the Amazing Spider-Man, I gave that 5 out of 5 stars, but I may have rated those a little too quickly, because if I had seen this before that, I would have thought that Avengers was a romantic comedy, for example, because this is probably the darkest superhero movie of the summer, and of course maybe ever, because Christopher Nolan is given kind of carte blanche by Warner Brothers to do whatever he wants. And as we see, he's given that because it makes so much money, which I'll talk about that in just a little bit about the box office expectations for this movie. But Batman, played by Christian Bale, is back. And we last saw him battling the Joker in Heath Ledger's Oscar-winning performance in The Dark Knight. And the new villain this time around is Bane, played by Tom Hardy, who's kind of a combination between Hannibal Lecter and Darth Vader. And if you combine those two villains, you really don't really want to cross them. And that's Batman's job. And in this movie, it is very dark because Batman gets the crap kicked out of him. And there are parts where you're like, wait. How can they let Batman get so beat up?
So, and really quick, talk about the expectations for the box office. Now, you know, with this breaking news, that may be a factor in how much ticket sales generate over the weekend. It could,
and hopefully that could. Theaters will beef up security, maybe be a little more vigilant. And this is being released in a record number of theaters, second only to Eclipse, the Twilight series. And with the IMAX theaters, which unfortunately it's not in 3D like we're hoping, but IMAX is really cool. It's, some of the footage
it's right
from
in
the
your
film,
face.
Some of the footage is 40% bigger, and Christopher Nolan filmed about 72 minutes of it. So 5 out of 5 stars.
And James, we have to wrap, unfortunately. So folks who want more information on The Dark Knight can visit
ToledoFreePress.com. You can also pick up a copy of the Toledo Free Press Star, which is all things Batman. And next week I'll be back on Olympic Friday to talk about more movies. Very exciting to be here.
All right, James Molnar from the Toledo Free Press. Thank you so much.